All right, just flip the switch. All right, we're getting a quick mic test. Really quick with TJ. Good afternoon, everyone. We're here from the First Alert Desk. We're going to jump right into this as soon as I get the green light from TJ over there. He is just checking on my audio to make sure that we are good to go, and then we're going to hop right into some of the stories that we've been working on. All right, we are good to go, and thank you for your patience with us. It is a really interesting concept here. Let me say that. It is always, we are the producer, we are the video finder, our editors help us pull this together pretty quickly. We scrunch around video that we've been able to put together from the scenes, the latest scenes. So this is definitely something that is always a work in progress, and we really appreciate your patience with us here at the First Alert Desk. Well, a lot happening this weekend. It's unfortunately been a deadly weekend in Atlanta. We had 2 triple shootings yesterday, one in DeKalb County involving a man in his 70s, and then we also had a triple shooting in Atlanta's West End neighborhood where 3 people were killed. The other triple shooting, there was non-life-threatening injuries, so that was the development out of that. But as far as it relates to the triple shooting that took place in Atlanta's West End neighborhood tonight, there is a vigil that is going to be held for the victims that were killed in this shooting by family members of the victims that were shot and killed. Now, we did have a chance to speak to some of the relatives of the victims yesterday. Our Atlanta News First reporter, Asia Wilson, was the one really staying on top of this. So I'm going to let you just bring you up to speed on what happened with this story, and then I want to let you hear from the family members that we have spoken to already. So let's see if we can get this going really quick. All right.
I told him, I said, we need you here. Where your son?
Christina Gaddis, filled with tears and many emotions.
Told her, you out here. You do got something to live for.
After seeing the very spot her grandson's father, 20-year-old Jacoby Maddox, took his last breath on Saturday afternoon on Evans Street in Atlanta's West End. Julius Khalid, owner of YG Urban Cafe, embracing her with a hug after witnessing the unthinkable outside of his shop.
I saw a senseless murder of 3 young black brothers in the community, and I watched one of them take his last breath.
Atlanta police say a man approached 2 people and began shooting at them. One of them returned fire, all 3 ultimately dying from their injuries, including a 17-year-old man, a man in his late 30s, and Maddox, who has a 1-year-old baby.
Now we have to watch this beautiful baby boy grow up without a father.
Kiwi Ashmead is Maddox's aunt.
He was a tall, gentle giant, very respectable.
She just spoke to him Friday night, not knowing that would be their last conversation.
We're all supposed to go on a family vacation next week, and now we're not going with my nephew. Instead, we have to bury up my nephew.
Loved ones now left to cope with the new reality and are sending a message loud and clear.
Put the guns down. Put the guns down, put your fists up. Fight it out. At least you can come back and live another day.
Stop killing one another. We need you, black men. Stand up and take your place.
So I'm glad I was able to figure that out, that my mic was not on. But as I was saying, you can see just the immense pain that that mother was feeling and the family members out there having to deal with this reality of this situation. This is happening far too often in our community, and this is something that can really happen anywhere. That's what I was saying before I was able to turn my mic back on. And this is the story that we hate telling you about, but it continues to happen, and that's why the city of Atlanta is calling it the Year of the Youth, because of just how many times we are seeing this happen. So there is a vigil for the victims tonight, and we do have our Atlanta News First reporter, Asia Wilson, following this, and we will be out there, and we will have that in our 10 o'clock and our 11 o'clock newscast tonight. So make sure that you just keep an eye on that so that you can hear more from the families dealing with all of this. And if there are any new details as far as arrests being made, you saw the people that were involved in that. There will actually not be an arrest made in that. But if there's anything else that investigators are able to tell us about this, then of course we will share it with you right here. All right, so let's move on and let's talk about the writer's strike. That's something that has been top of mind for over 5 months now. This is how long this strike has lasted. But now the headline today is that the Writers Guild of America and the association representing the major movie studios could be coming to a deal soon. So they told us that they are back at the table again this weekend, and CBS Bradley Blackburn is the one that has the latest on this story.
There is no Hollywood ending yet, but the stage is set for a potential deal between the Writers Guild of America and the Hollywood studios. Late Saturday, the two sides issued a short joint statement saying they'll meet again Sunday.
We're hearing that they're close, but that perhaps not as close as some of the press reports, which have suggested that it's all down to the drafting by the lawyers.
Variety and other trade publications report the studios have presented their best and final offer for a new 3-year contract. It comes after 4 days of negotiations that reportedly included the heads of Disney, Warner Brothers Discovery, Netflix, and Universal.
This was not the point they wanted. They thought they were going to, I think on both sides, thought pretty much they're going to have this over by Thursday. It dragged a little bit into Friday. Now it's dragged further.
The writers' strike started in May, and actors joined in July, with SAG-AFTRA launching its own strike. Together, they have frozen the entertainment industry. For writers, sticking points come down to residual pay, staffing in writers' rooms, and the use of artificial intelligence.
I do hope that I can get back to work and that it's over soon, but only with a fair contract.
These demands look at a world that has changed dramatically over the past decade, an industry that's changed dramatically.
Hollywood insiders say a deal with writers could help pave the way for actors. The Screen Actors Guild has said the studios will not meet with them to negotiate. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
These writers and these actors have been very persistent, and it does not look like they are giving up anytime soon. So it will be interesting to see if they are able to come to an agreement. And of course, if they are, we will share it with you right here, because that is something that definitely impacts our area. This is the Hollywood of the South. We have so many movies and shows that are produced here. So we have been keeping a close eye on that, and that will not change. So stick around and keep an eye on that development in terms of anything new. All right, and now I want to move on to something lighter than that. This is something that I loved seeing and very unique. It's the oldest cemetery in Atlanta, and there's a group that held a fundraiser today where they had food trucks, they had music, and a whole bunch of fun out there for community members to get involved and help really restore this cemetery that has definitely needed some TLC. We had our Atlanta News First reporter, Bridget Spencer, out there, and she was speaking with people a little bit about their mission. So I'm going to let her pick it up from here.
Well, it was a beautiful day weather-wise for a big fundraiser for an Atlanta staple full of rich history, the Oakland Cemetery. Nestled less than a mile east of downtown sits the 173-year-old historic Oakland Cemetery.
Historic Oakland Cemetery was founded in 1850. It is the city's first cemetery. It's a beautiful old historic place. It's a city park, and it needs a lot of love and attention.
It's been getting some love and attention, but there's still more work to do. The Historic Oakland Foundation has played a key role in revitalizing 30% of the cemetery.
We're hoping to raise over $100,000 today.
The foundation hosted their 45th annual Sunday in the Park, featuring tunes from the tombs. All the money raised goes toward keeping the historic site beautiful.
We are destigmatizing cemeteries. This is not a creepy, scary place. This is a place full of life.
The cemetery's foundation says 70,000 people are buried here, including notable Atlantans.
We've got 26 mayors and 5 governors. Bobby Jones, Maynard Jackson, Ivan Allen, really incredible parts of all of Atlanta's history, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Richard Harker believes acknowledging that history can certainly move Atlanta forward. And that's why preservation is so crucial.
We can, obviously learn from things that were done in the past and help that, have that help inform our future and the decisions that we make.
In Atlanta, Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.
Now, the group had a mission that was a very big one to raise a lot of money to continue restoration efforts there. So great mission out there, and it's nice to see that. So I just wanted to share that with you. That's all we're really working on right now. We are also having our reporters and photographers out working on some other stories that we don't have video for right now or any interviews just yet, but I can mention it to you. There is a story that we're working on tonight. Our Atlanta News First reporter, Yasmin Alston, is talking to the Lifeline Animal Project because, as you know, it's an ongoing issue in our community that we've been talking about, the overcrowding of the shelter. So now they need more staff members to help deal with that overcrowding, to help alleviate some of the issues that they're facing, just to make sure that all of these dogs are in the correct place, are, have food, have water, and are clean. So we do have her working on that story, and of course, if anything breaks, she will be the first one to move and go find out what's taking place at a different scene. But that's the story we have her working on. And again, we have our Atlanta News First reporter, Asia Wilson, working on the follow-up with the vigil that's taking place. So stick around for those stories later on tonight, and we will have more information. And of course, keep an eye on your push alerts, because if we know it, we get it confirmed, you're going to see it on your phone. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me here at the First Alert Desk on your Sunday. Get outside if you haven't already, because this is a perfect day, creeping into the height of fall, you could say. And we will have our chief meteorologist, Jennifer Valdez, breaking down all of the beauty outside for us today. So, and what you can expect for your work week and your out the door forecast for Monday. So thank you so much, and we will see you on air at 10 o'clock. Have a great night.